Welcome back to the CCS Season 8 Championships presented by the Sideline Sports Network. I'm your host, Nation Rao, joined by co-host Fox. And taking you on tonight to the field, the round of 64 continues on in the South Regional opening round. It's number 6, Texas Tech, the Red Raiders, Big 12 tournament champions, taking on number 11, Providence, the Friars, out of Rhode Island. In Big East tournament final, they lost to Connecticut in 4-0 fashion. They get an 11th seed from the committee, their first tournament berth ever, and it starts off with number 6, Texas Tech. No way. What trolls, bro.
Help me, help.
You're good, you're on.
I need help. Okay, my audio's here. Thank you, Nation, for putting me onto the stream, actually. But look at the support in the chat. We've got Texas Tech support. We've got Providence support. Everybody is loud and proud for their clubs tonight. Should be an exciting matchup either way it goes. Now that we finally can get it underway, we have been ready to go. And now it is about time to get these two teams onto the field. Should be a good matchup here. A best of 7 separates the pair from moving on into the round of 32. Make sure to drop that support in the chat. The players do get to see it on the VOD. They will see everything that you do here to support your teams tonight.
So we're just waiting on Providence to join us here in the lobby as Texas Tech again coming in favored in this one. Well, you know what? This is a game I thought an upset could happen in. As Texas Tech, you know, they're inconsistent hit or miss through Big 12 play. So here's Providence in the lobby now, as it looks like we're ready to go finally for game number 1.
Let's get it on. Let's get it rolling. Well, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to more the CCS Season 8 Championship. We continue to send teams on right on through into that next round as Wilds and Fartside. That name is absolutely wild. And here is Wilds right back to Bramble. That's how you start a series. Give and go, and it's 1-0 before you can even blink.
6 seconds in, and Bramble off a 1-2 punch. Gonna put the Red Raiders up by 1. 6 seconds in. Texas Tech lead it early after a kickoff goal to open up game 1.
That's gonna get the TTU support in the chat going, as I can already see the chat flying just off to my right on my other monitor. But on the main monitor, already seeing a goal here for Texas Tech. And look out, a demo opens the door for Roar, as Bramble was the one that came roaring through. The defense of Providence sending Meep into the Shadow Realm, and Roar has a walk-in to the net. It's 2-0.
2-0, 4:43, 17 seconds left to go, and Providence down to an 0-2 hole early here in game number 1, Fox. And this is not the start Providence wanted.
Absolutely not. We barely played 20 seconds. You're already down by 2 goals. It's a bit of a slow start. Slow arrival, slow start. Maybe they'll need a little bit to adjust, as Texas Tech is going to punch in another. This time it's Wilds, and Nation, it took 33 seconds for every single Texas Tech player to put in a goal. 33
seconds, all 3 of them. The goal to their name already. 33 in, and Providence facing a 3-0 hole. Just 30 seconds and some change off the clock, and this is not the way Providence needed game 1 to start out here down by 3.
This is danger territory. Already 3 goals for Tech, and combined, just barely, they have now clipped over 100 points, have Providence. So the Friars right now, they need to announce that that the Red Raiders are coming. The Red Raiders are coming, and they have arrived. So it's time for Providence to get some gut check in. They really could use some offensive support here. They're spending a lot of time in their own zone, and that ball is just going to be a floater. Nice and steady into the net. It's a beautiful play. Again, Texas Tech is walking all over this Providence team.
1 minute down, 4-0. 3:58 to go. The Friars of Providence down by 4, just a minute and 2 seconds into regulation in game 1. I think it's time to go ahead and chalk it up, but look ahead to game 2. Try to fix what went wrong here. It's the opening minute led to their quick demise, Fox.
Saying that with 4 minutes of Rocket League left to play is insane, but it definitely could come to fruition. Meep with a good save there. That's a good start. Providence not having gotten any of the saves. It feels like Providence are spectators right now to their own demise in this opening minute. Roar's going to shoot. That one's wide. Jaker is on the save. Looks like we got Wilds' aunt in here as well. So, I mean, there's support all over for Tech. Miles is going to be the one to clear it away here. He's got the ball. Dribbling upfield. He's got a teammate up there. He gets bumped from behind. It was Bramble waiting on that pass. So it'll be taken away. Now it's Roar. He's got some midfield presence there in Bramble, but the ball goes corner. Providence able to finally survive, and this is a better second minute for Providence Nation. They didn't let in 4 goals this time around. They let in none.
Technically, they let in 1. They got scored on at 102 off the clock, so they did let in 1 goal in the last minute here, but not as bad of a second minute as the first minute, allowing 3 goals in the opening 60, but you're now here in game 1. I mean, you're down by 4, still half the game to go. At this point, look for 1 or 2 goals for the road here.
They need something. Fart side sends it mid. Jaker got demoed by Roar. Roar and Bramble have been physical all game long. Providence is going to punch out one of the attacking players, giving them a taste of their own medicine. Fart side to clear. It's up. Bramble now pops it up. Wilds is going to send this one, try to get it to the backboard, but there was a Providence player in his path. So it'll be cleared. Midfield is as far as we go. 3 minutes have come and gone now. 4 goals is all you've seen. If you are just joining us, you missed a wild opening minute and some change. But now here in the resulting couple of minutes, Providence have kind of steadied the ship a little bit, but they are definitely going to need to, really try and find some offense here, get some momentum headed into the next game.
I mean, absolutely. Momentum's a big factor here for Providence, as an underdog, trying to pull off an upset, down by 4 early here in this series. And obviously, game 1 didn't open up the way you would have hoped it did, but we're now in game 2. It's going to be a new slate at 0-0, new opportunity to prove yourself in that second game, as game 1 just didn't go their way. I mean, a lot went wrong early on that led to a quick demise here, as the Raiders just quickly bounced on possession after possession. The opening 60 punished them every time. 4-0, minute 20 to go.
Oh, it's going to be 5 as Roar sends a slow roller right through the 5-hole of the defender. The defense thinks you are firing high. Instead, the shot goes low, and Roar will send another one into the back of the Providence goal. So the goal scoring able to pick back up here for Texas Tech. A very... that's Fartside's quick chat right there, Brutal. That is a great way to describe the opening game here for Providence. And now this one, almost a chance on target, as I do believe that would have been Providence's first shot on target. Yes, it would have been, had that shot actually gone through. They still haven't had a shot, Nation. 5 saves for Meep and a save for Fartside, literally the only statistics on their score sheet at this moment. So, I mean, not even being able to register a shot. Meanwhile, your team that you're playing against has put up 5 goals. This one's too high. Rebound, there's your first shot, and it's going to go in. It's Meep, 1 for 1. And Meep has been the sole pulse here in a very dead game 1 for Providence. 5 saves and a goal to his name. He's starting to get locked in a little bit.
49 seconds, and the Friars on the board here finally after 4 minutes and 11 seconds of regulation. Providence has their first goal of the CCS Championships from Meep here, the captain. As game 1, they do find one at the road, down 5-1 now, Foxman. In game 2, what's got to change?
More shots for sure, and you don't need to start the first minute going down by 2 in 20 seconds. That was a brutal blow. I'm saying brutal again because, I mean, it was their words, not mine. This one's going to get turned over as all 3 Tech players went. That's a triple committee right into the back of the net, and Meep will get his second. So Texas Tech, this is kind of garbage time, but all 3 players going forward trying to get their hand in on another goal, but they do unfortunately succumb to the counterattack thrown at them by Meep. So a second goal here, waiting for Texas Tech to meet its own demise in that exchange. Providence were patient. But again, only 20 seconds left. These goals would have been a lot more handy had they come in the last, 2-3 minutes ago, rather than with 20 seconds. Although they are starting to put more pressure on, a little bit of life. That's something good to take away from this game. But other than that, Texas Tech has absolutely blown out Providence in game number 1, 5-2. A game that only saw Providence with a couple shots there at the end.
Texas Tech wrapping up here. Providence a couple goals down the stretch of regulation there in garbage time to pick up 2 for the road and build some offensive momentum going into game number 2 as 1-0 goes the series. 5-2 the final from game 1.
We are being told, do not sleep on Jaker 50. The brother is up next, and he and his team some work to do here in game number 2, as Providence will shake their heads and try to collect their thoughts. Meep, the one that took the longest to ready up, probably rallying the troops, said, I could put up 700 points, boys. So can you. Let's see what Providence has left in the tank here to show us. As game 2, I do expect probably less of a slow start here for Providence as they try to right their ship and move forward here in the night.
We're on to game number 2. And now Providence, a new chance to tie us at 1-1. Texas Tech looking for a 2-0 lead. After 10 minutes here, Fox, as Providence need to turn the ship around right here and right now.
It's going to be a shot towards the net. Meep will have no problem going to the corner. The problem is going to come because he has no boost, so Roar will take over from there. Shot on target that Fartside had no problems with. Now Jaker up on that touch will send Wilds to the corner. A couple Providence players colliding there, but Meep walks away with the ball, so no harm, no foul. As Fartside will be on this touch, gave it right away to a Red Raider. They're sitting on the sidewall. Here's Wilds with a shot on target. Jaker has to make the save. It's a good stop nevertheless, and now a rebound will glance all the way back into Red Raider territory. Texas Tech needs some help here as a couple players with some awkwardness, but nothing to punish there. As Providence, that's the type of play where you can really make another team panic, build that pressure, but none of them were even in the zone to punish Texas Tech there.
1 minute down, Jaker off to the ceiling, turned away by Wilds as the Red Raiders back to level again. Midfield open, target, Bramble around all three. 1-0 for the Red Raiders.
It's how it started last game with a Bramble goal. It's a nice pass and a great catch here from Bramble, and a way to follow it up. He could have just foregone that possession, saw two players up and just said, well, they've got it. But instead, he went to that ball with authority, with speed, beats both defenders, and it's in the back of the net for Bramble. 1-0 here for Texas Tech. -1 in the player slot as Roar gets sent into the scrap pile. Bramble on the next touch. Bramble to that upper corner of the net. Ran out of real estate. So Meep can take over. Meep was the lifeline for his team last game, and now he's going to get a nice little touch here. Trying to throw Wilds a curveball that he was ready for. Bramble on the next touch. Out of the corner side. Ian Roar going to work. Roar with no boost. He'll send one on target. Bramble trying to get a deflection, maybe a bump. Nothing worked. It's Providence with some good defense there. This game much closer, as we had already seen 4 goals against Providence by this point last game. Nation 1 is very more manageable than 4.
3:07 left to go here. Game number 2. 1-0 still favoring Tech as the Red Raiders again on a 6-2 run across the last 7 minutes as Meep down low to the midfield 50. It's Roar off the save. Texas Tech survive, still unscathed.
Oh, Wilds with a nice carry. Wilds with a nice bump. Wilds with a nice goal. The man can do it all. As right here, he sees he's got a man to his right, Meep, so he shoots it left, and then Fartside going for the save. He would have had it, however, Wilds knocked him out of the way, and Wilds putting that ball in the back of the net. It's 2-0, as he will literally create his own path forward, did Wilds, so a nice goal there. Now, all that's left is for Roar to score. We saw all 3 players for Tech get involved last game. He is the only man without a goal. See if he can do it, or if maybe Bramble, that flip reset does go wide. For Providence right now, I'm looking at Meep to try and get my team back in this one like he did last game. But so far, it's been a quietly efficient game here for Tech.
That it has been for fires. It's Jaker off the save. Providence still within 2 for now, trying to make that 1 as Jaker here for a challenge. It's no good, turned by Bramble out of harm's way, just past the halfway mark, and Texas Tech Red Raider offense right now, Fox, again on a 7-2 run across the last 8 minutes here. They are absolutely cooking here in the opening two games here this series.
And I know that the stream can't see it. This is going to be another goal as Wilds puts that one in, but the shots right now are 11-2. 11-2, and the man with the 2 shots is Meep once again. Providence is just being outshot and outbullied. That ball will be a slow bouncer that falls into the back of their net. And Wilds has got his 2nd goal. Wilds rocking the good old CRL fall contender. Right now, Texas Tech are the real contenders for that top 32 spot, as Providence just don't seem to have any answers for this Red Raider offense that is absolutely bulldozing their way into that net time and time again.
Bramble, flip reset, 3-0 current score, 90 seconds left to go here. This is good experience for Providence too going into next year. This is a full roster that's going to return next year. You know, they get experience the tournament in their first season together as well. Fox, they're freshmen, so there's still a long way to go for this Providence roster. But Texas Tech is, you know, a team that you got to run into. They're tough to beat here in the opening round.
Yeah, the CCS Championship is definitely something new, and as the season progresses, the format is changing next year. It's going to be a much longer season. You've got 26 season games, not to mention conference tournament and then playoffs on top of that. So lots of Rocket League to be had, lots of experience to be had, and Wilds will complete his hat trick as a little flip reset here. I'm pretty sure he got the flip. Nice collection here by Wilds. He did indeed. What a shot there, as Wilds just does slow floater into the dagger down into the Providence goal. Texas Tech up by 4 yet again.
1 minute left to go, 4-0, and it's a 9-2 Tech run across the last 9 minutes. They're averaging 1 goal a minute, Fox, at this current rate.
Here's Wilds. He wants the 1 goal a minute average just himself. He's going to fire one towards the front of goal. Meep will be there to denied, and this one's going to be fired right back as Texas Tech continue to just hem in the Friar team all the way back. We've spent so much time in this sort of silverish half on your screen, to where Providence just don't have any answers right now. They don't really have any ability to alleviate that pressure, to generate any of their own offense. And when you're playing defense a lot, it's really hard to feel good about yourself and get that confidence that like a really good goal or a good bump can cause. You're just playing so much defense. It's a much tougher series for them, and they will go to game 3 having to think about this one, as Providence will be held off the scoreboard. 4-0 is going to be your final. If this ball touches, maybe 5-0. We'll have to see. This shot from Bramble, triple tap, no good.
2-0 goes to score. Red Raiders of Texas Tech, 9-2 across the last 2 games. In aggregate, Fox, I mean, it's coming derailed for Providence here.
I said they needed more shots, and they actually generated less shots, which is unfortunate for them. As poor Providence is having to play so much defense, you just can't get out of your zone. You can't find that escape. So for Providence right now, it's going to be Jailbreak City. Now that Texas Tech has gotten such a lead and so much offense that they're playing, can you catch them on some of these counterattacks and generate some options on the rush? Because right now, full defense simulator for Providence is just not working.
I mean, that's part of the problem. I mean, the offense also it's ran all the way through me. He's the only person that can score. He needs help if they're going to pull off an upset as big as this one. But, I mean, again, it's still good experience for going to next year for this team, getting to play in the national tournament in the opening round here. And now they know what this tournament's going to be like moving forward. And maybe next year Providence's seed is a little bit higher. But nonetheless, it's still a good showing so far through 2 games. You've seen a couple goals, but the Red Raider offense has been a tough and tall order for this defensive Providence have to deal with.
Of course, being top 64 in the entire country, nothing to be shy about. This is some intense gameplay, intense competition. And I'm sure Akron has something to say about that. I mean, they are a team that has won CCS multiple occasions, the defending champs. So the competition going to get stiffer as we move on. Providence going to use this series to their advantage. But so far, an opening minute scoreless here, as the Friars have kept Texas Tech at bay. But here comes Roar. That shot nearly on target. Will strike the goalpost and stay out. But now Bramble, that is right on target. And Bramble gets the first goal for the 3rd straight game for his team, as this one is going to be 1-0 Texas Tech off a great shot.
First goal 10 on the night so far. 3:51 gone on the clock. And it's just, you know, if you're Providence, you need to score first and build a lead. You can't play this one from behind, I feel like, and it just is going to be continuing just dominance from the Red Raiders. That's almost 11 off of an own goal, almost there from Jaker. We play on, though, Fox. 3:40 on the clock. The Friars trying to find their first goal since game 1.
Will be a demo. Meep towards net. It's a nice shot. It hits the goalpost. Rebound is there. It just gets deflected wide. That ball was free, and now far side looking for Jaker. Jaker's going to fake it. Jaker the faker. He sets up Meep. Here he comes. Little camera switch there. We got to switch defenders. Both Texas Tech players were parked on that goal line waiting. They created a blockade. Now Meep is going to send Roar closer to midfield with a bump. Gives Jaker a chance to try to go to work, but his 50, and he's getting run into multiple times. They leave the net wide open, though, going for the bump, and they'll get punished for it. Jaker got chased into the corner by, I believe, yeah, it was Wilds getting the bump. He wanted the boost. Instead, leaves that net wide open for Fartside's first goal of the tournament.
It is Fartside's first career CCS Championship goal. It's 3:06 remaining, 1-1 the score now. This lead has got to build it for Providence. You cannot let this one get behind you any longer, else you're going to be 0-3 down going into the last game.
Good save there by Jaker. Providence is going to have to be careful. Really watch the resources here. Make sure that you always have boost in the tank. Meet towards net. Couple players go. Third man got demoed. This is going to be an open field for the most part, as Meep will get out of dodge as soon as he spawns and send this ball way downfield. Wilds off his own backboard. Be careful where you put that ball, Wilds. It's in front of his own net, and Jaker's shot did get denied. Cooks are pinch lined up. Did not have enough mustard on it. It'll be cleared in deep. Wilds with a nice pass, which should be handled by Meep, and is. Over the sidewall, Meep can take possession over. He's got a man running to try and get a bump in front of him. The first man presence for Texas Tech. One better, and they're going to get an own goal bounce off of Meep, who was trying to jump thinking that Roar's shot was on target. It was not until it hit off of Meep, and it was.
2:15 to go. The own goal going to come back to bite Providence there. And 2:15 remaining. It is a 2-1 Red Raider lead, just south of the halfway mark of Game 3.
An unfortunate bounce there was the only thing that kept Providence from a 1-1 scoreline that they were living on there for a good little portion of the game. It's, oh my, almost got worse, but then Wilds tried to take the shot. He missed the shot, and then he got demoed, so injury to insult, added to insult there. This one will be knocked away as Fartside to clear. Jaker out of the corner. Nice touch forward. Tried to get by Wilds and does. Roar also awkward. That's just a slow bouncer. Jaker had the chance. It was right there in front, but he couldn't get a connection on the ball.
Don't want to save quick chat. 1:30 left to go. Texas Tech still lead by 1. And the Red Raiders trying to find their way to a 3-0 lead here, Fox, and build upon a 4-0 rout of Providence in the opening round, where again, in the round of 32, this tournament only continues to get harder as number 3 Virginia Tech up next for the winner.
Up next indeed. Virginia Tech, no easy out for any team that plays them. Meep will send this to the corner. Here's Fartside. Texas Tech, or Providence rather, still in this game. Texas Tech only has a 1-goal lead. It might be 2 here. That shot's too high. The rebound was where the danger could have happened, but Roar will be on the collection here. First man is beaten, but nobody there for Providence. Instead, their back wall's open. Trying to go for a double tap. Meep to play clearance only as far as midfield. Here's Bramble. He's been the straw, really stirring this offensive drink. Here he comes again, and Bramble with the slow and steady dunk off the floor.
41 seconds. Bramble again putting the Red Raiders of Texas Tech up by 2. That's his second of the game. And the Red Raiders, I think, are going to be well on their way to a 3-0 lead going into Game 4.
I love that style of shot that Bramble just hit. One of my favorites. If I can master it, then watch out. But that is still something I have been unable to make work. This one's going to get deflected wide by Jaker. Over to the sidewall. Bramble's going to try and make Fartside awkward. He does. He gets over him. Second man arrives in time to help out. Now Fartside's got to try and keep that ball close, as you got Texas Tech players waiting, trying to bump, and then Meep will escort Roar out of the zone. But unfortunately for Providence, it was a 1-1 game that got worse and worse as time went on. A 3-1 finisher here, and it is officially going to be series and match point, as Providence will go down to 0-3 in their first tournament appearance. Their lives are now officially on the line.
Texas Tech 3-0 after 15 minutes. The Friars Fox now facing elimination the rest of the way down to 0-3. Will need 4 in a row to survive the opening round.
It is not over yet. That game did look better, and Providence actually did generate some shots that game. They had 8 shots. They had 2 in game 2 and then 8 that game. That's improvement. They were able to tie the game back up after Texas Tech took their lead. They hadn't been able to do that before. So, you know, it's the small victories. They're slowly building this into a series. And I think if they can get the first goal, maybe get a bit of insurance after that, they can start to make Texas Tech think a little bit, and Providence may be able to snitch a game or two here before the ultimate demise, if you're a Texas Tech fan, they are just one game away from.
I think I had Providence with 2 wins in this series. I think I picked Tech in 6. I could be wrong on my bracket. I think I had Texas Tech in 6, but you know, I expected Red Raiders to come out and win this game, but I did not really think Providence would, you know, not have a chance. I really thought there was a chance they could pull this upset off, but the Red Raiders have complete control, and Texas Tech has done a hell of a job. And you know, both ends of the field, offense and defense, are just shutting down this Providence roster where Beep has taken over offensively. He's their only hope to score goals. Their defense just can't face the pressure of Texas Tech right now.
Bramble's definitely been a big problem. Wilds is causing problems as he gets bump after bump, sending Roar forward. Now a touch towards mid. Will bounce out thanks to Roar going back, so Bramble can go next, but he is out of boost, meaning that Fart side can poke this into an open part of the field. Challenges Roar there in the corner. Up for this one is Meep. He has to drop back down because Roar actually went backwards with the ball. Creative little play there from Roar. Look out, Wilds maybe looking for contact. He gets ball instead. It'll be 50'd out towards midfield. Providence now chasing this one down, trying to chase down a player. As Fart side, yep, he gets a bump. He will take out Wilds. That net's open just for a moment. It's off the backboard. Rebound is there, and Wilds shut the door on Providence there. So a good chance there for Providence. That could have been their lead had the shot been just a little bit further to one direction or the other. Now Roar's touch back into Bramble. This is where they've run into problems, Providence. Every single game, Bramble has had the first goal, and he's given Texas Tech the momentum they've needed to turn it into what has been a very one-sided series. So for Providence right now, playing at equilibrium and being able to stay at 0-0, that's a big first step. Next step is get the first goal.
Yeah, they got to score, like I said last game. You got to win. You got to score first if you're going to win. If you're Providence, once you get into a lead here, it really starts to kind of trickle down into a win for Texas Tech, and you got to make Texas Tech play from behind and play a little bit, make mistakes and take risks down the stretch, and leaving them neutralized or at a lead. They don't have to take any risks at all to win. And if you're Providence, you got to find a way to score and put some pressure on Texas Tech.
Here's Fart side. That's a nice 50 there. Meep and Jaker both went. Thankfully, Jaker got a piece of it. That could have been bad, but it's okay. You can double commit as long as you do get the ball into where you need it to go. And that's what Providence did. Big 50 here. Fart side should be first on the scene and is. His touch straight into the ceiling will set it down for Bramble. Second man for Tech went as well, but the third man will be here on the corner. It's Wilds off the sidewall. And it's going to be Wilds carrying it all the way through. It's a self-pass here. It dishes to the corner. Nice little wave dash to keep up his speed, and then just using the ramp in the corner of the wall, he dumps it in 1-0.
1-0. The Red Raiders take the lead again. 2:12 to go, and Texas Tech again right back in the driver's seat. Just control has been in their hands the entire night. Providence just no answers, and I think they're going to see themselves quietly into the night, Fox.
A Fryer riding off into a night. Where have I heard that before? But Roar was going to send this one to the back wall. Wilds on the next touch. Providence still not ready to say die just yet. Do have 2 minutes to work with. Bramble's awkward here. He does get a nice play into the corner for Wilds, though. 50-50 Fart side will send this one back. And right now, Providence, they just don't have people back, as Meep had gone mid for a boost grab, and then he gets demoed as well. So the players right now for Providence having trouble being able to take advantage of any sort of misstep Texas Tech gives them. There's a demo on Meep again. They're just taking Meep out one by one, and it's a save on the goal line. That ball was drifting closer and closer. But Jaker with the touch. Now Meep sends it forward. Jaker can redirect. Oh no, it's put right back by Roar. As Meep has to go corner side, and right now it just feels like Providence, they're hanging on. They're not able to dictate the pace. The pace is being dictated for them.
1:05 left to play. And now the Providence Friars need one to keep the season alive, Fox, or they're going to go quietly into the night and out of the tournament in the round of 64 without a singular game win at a 4-0 clean sweep here. Bramble, just to finish this one off, is good for 2.
Yeah, when you're given that much space and it's Bramble in the air, you can almost say that is definitely a goal. Meep thought that Roar was shooting, but Roar had no boost, turned it into a fake situation, and Meep could not get back to it in time. As TTU up by 2 and 47 seconds remain on Providence's season, unless we see 2 goals in the silver in the next minute, or just under a minute.
40 seconds left to play, and this one back to Wild to double demo, 3-0, and a quick 2-0 run puts the nail in the coffin in the round of 64 for the Friars.
I said earlier, it added injury to insult. That was double injury right there. As you're already down by 2, and then you lose 2 players via demo, and all you can do is watch. Your car probably wasn't even respawned by the time that ball is into the back of your net. So 3-0 here for TTU. Texas Tech and the Red Raiders will look ahead towards next week as Providence, they threw up a dam here. They held the Red Raiders back for about 3 minutes or so, and then after that, the dam has finally burst. And Bramble, Wilds, and Roar look to continue onwards here in the CCS Championship. The Texas Tech support was phenomenal in chat. They're going to watch this VOD back. They're going to see it. They're going to see all of you supporting their 4-0 victory as Texas Tech, they keep on dancing. And as for Providence, some good experience, but the first-time rookies are unfortunately shown what it truly takes to win here in the CCS Championship.
Well, that chat next week's going to be crazy with all the Virginia Tech fans joining us, too, alongside Texas Tech. That should be one heck of a game, but Texas Tech will win it 4-0 over Providence, your final score. They'll take on number 3, Virginia Tech, next week in round of 32. That'll sure to be a good game. We'll see you guys here in about 30 minutes for number 5, Central Michigan, and number 12, Middle Tennessee State.